Hey, welcome back from the break. And it's my pleasure to introduce the very first serving of the soup du jour.
Oh, what's the soup du jour?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jeremy, because it's the soup of the day.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
All right. So, for those of you who actually follow the podcast, I think we started this, last season, the soup du jour.
Mhm.
We're actually rebranding the soup du jour so that we can actually talk about whatever movie or TV topic we choose. So it could be news on a given week. It could be a top 5 list on another week. This week, obviously, if you stay tuned, if you actually listen to part 1 of this live stream where we talked about Madam Web, Madam Web is a part of the Sony verse. And so for our very first soup du jour, Jeremy, I
Mhm.
figured it'd be fun to do a Sonyverse theatrical release movie draft. And it's
Ooh.
our first one of the podcast. And so I figured it'd be fun to kind of flip a coin to see who gets the first pick. And do you want to kind of get that done?
Yes. So in this draft, pretty much we have a pool of 14 movies to choose from.
Yes.
So whoever chooses first, let's say if we were doing MCU or something like that, if I chose Thor Dark World first, then you can't choose Thor Dark World.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's go through the list. So we got the Raimi trilogy. We have Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. Then we have the what do you call that? Andrew Garfield movies, The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Then we
Mhm.
got the Tom Holland trilogy. We have what do you call it? Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep.
Then we got the 2 animation movies, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Then the Spider verse adjacent, we'll just say. we got Venom. We got Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Morbius, and our favorite movie of all time, Madam Web. And so we have a pool of 14.
Hmm.
I guess this is draft rule. So if I take someone a movie, then it's off the board for Jeremy and vice versa. So
Okay.
who gets first pick? Jeremy, do that coin flip.
All right. Here we go. Ken, what's your call?
I will say tails never fails.
Okay. And it is Tails.
Yeah. All
I don't know
right.
if I could show you. My camera's not that good, but
All right. Well, with the first pick of the Sony verse draft, I don't know if this is recency bias, but I will take Across the Spider-Verse off the board.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, my pick for round 1 is Spider-Man 2 from 2004.
Yes, I figured you would go that
Uh-huh.
route. Okay, so just so you know, we're gonna do the snake draft. So for round 2, and we'll kind of have you go first. So we'll go with you first, then me for round 2, and then me, then you for round 3. We're kind of
Mhm.
going in snake order. So what's your round 2 pick, Jeremy?
My round 2 pick is Spider-Man. Surprise, surprise.
Whoa. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, "Oh, you're gonna let me get both?"
Nah, dude. Into the Spider-Verse. I'm taking Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh man. Okay, good pick. Good pick.
Okay, gonna mark that
Let's
down.
see.
Pen and pencil, or
All
paper
right.
and pen.
Full stop. I only have 4 movies on my board, so I'm gonna wing it after round 2. So I'll take my 4th best movie on my list. I'm taking No Way Home.
No Way Home. Okay, cross that out.
Okay, so now what do we got? Okay, so for my 3rd pick,
Mm-hmm.
I will not say Morbius. And that's I don't want to reach for Morbin time.
Morbin time.
No. Why you got to do that? I will go with the original Spider-Man.
Damn. I feel like Kevin Costner in Draft Day right now. I trade Morbius for, something like that.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Spider-Man. I am going to go with Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you got first pick in round 4.
Okay. I am choosing. Crap. Let's see. I'm going Spider-Man Far From Home.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh, so you doing the Tom Holland back to
I'm
back,
taking
huh?
Tom Holland. I'm taking all the Tom Holland. I'm just kidding. No, you got the No Way Home.
Oh man. By the way, Jan J says we need the NFL draft music. We do, and we'll probably add that in post.
Yeah, we'll download it later on. And
yeah, well, we got to download it later. Yeah,
Yeah. Dang, that's a good idea.
yeah.
I
We'll
don't know
do
if it's
that.
copyrighted though, right?
Yeah, we'll have to double
Maybe.
check that.
We'll double check.
We'll double check that. Yeah. If anything, we'll put that on the TikTok. Anyway, so what do we got left on the board? We got the Garfield movies,
Mhm.
our favorite
The cat movies, okay.
Spider-Man 3,
Spider-Man 3. Okay.
and then Spider Adjacent, huh?
Yep, Spider Adjacent.
Ooh, man. Okay, I will go with a hot take.
Oh,
I'm
crap.
going for round 4, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I like it. I like it. I like it more than a lot of people. You know why?
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man
guys.
2. I like it because they referenced it in No Way Home. The very end. Spoiler alert.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like Andrew Garfield redemption arc was fantastic in No Way Home.
That's true.
And that being said, you know what? Screw it. I forget how much I didn't like Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. So I'm gonna go with. I'm not gonna go with a non. I'm not gonna go with a non Spider-Man movie. I'm going with Spider-Man 3 with my last pick.
Dang. Okay. So you take Spider. Okay.
Are you reaching for Spider Adjacent or what?
Crap. No, I'm gonna go with the Amazing Spider-Man. I actually like the Amazing Spider-Man.
So a clean sweep for for the draft. We didn't even bother mentioning the other 4.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to take the Spider Adjacents, I actually would have ranked it Venom, first Venom, then Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and then Madam Web. And I didn't even watch Morbius, so
Morbius is better, like way better. Because
like
you'll see why. I don't even
better
want to
than Venom, Let There Be Carnage. You have to think about that pretty hard.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different kind of suck. You know what I mean? I feel like at least Morbius had a little bit of no, but you know what? Tom Hardy. Yeah, Tom Hardy. I'd probably go Let There Be Carnage. But Matt Smith is actually pretty good in Morbius.
In Morbius. Okay.
Yeah. And I enjoyed him in House of the Dragon. So yeah. It's pretty close.
Okay. I mean, from choosing Madam Web to I've seen these characters like in the Spider-Man 90s animated show and Morbius. I couldn't stand him in the cartoon and I couldn't stand Madam Web, so I don't know why
Madam Web was the worst. I was like, oh god, one of these. I'll flip.
Yeah.
Let me watch the Batman the animated series instead.
Oh heck yeah. Batman Superman animated series.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hey, Sean said something.
Yeah, Sean says The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was actually decent though. Jeremy still clowns me on that.
Vindicated.
Okay, look. I've
Thank you,
watched
Sean.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm not saying it's bad. I actually would put it over some of the lower tier MCU movies. It's not horrible. And Sean, see, if he's saying Morbius, the greatest movie of all time, I think that just proved my point with your last comment. So sorry.
It's Morbin time.
And for show Jax says, I love blue people.
Why you gotta say it?
Because there was 2 L's, man. You got to pronounce it properly with the.
Maybe it's like Spanish. It's I love blue people.
Wait, which blue people? Jacks.
Avatar,
show.
Smurfs, Blue Man Group,
There you go.
all of the above.
I was about to say Snoopy did. Snoopy's not blue.
Amazing Spider-Man 2, I feel like had the best chemistry between the male and female leads.
That is not a hot take. Yeah,
Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were smoldering on screen.
Yeah, I do feel like their writing was better though in the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's right, Jamie Foxx. That's why I liked Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than the first one.
Okay, yeah, there you go. For sure, Jax was saying the reference to Jerry Maguire. Yeah, okay, I see.
I forgot about that.
I see what you're trying to do there.
Oh man. Hey, so whoever's still live on our live stream, whose list do you like more? So for my list, I have Across the Spider-Verse, No Way Home, the original Spider-Man 2002, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. Jeremy has Spider-Man 2, arguably the best superhero movie of all time. Into the Spider-Verse, he's got the Tom Holland double with Homecoming, then Far From Home, and then what was it? What was the last one?
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man. Shoot,
you just don't like that movie.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to write it down. But yeah, The Amazing Spider-Man. Whose list do you like better?
Yeah, let us know, guys. Either comment on Instagram if you're listening to this later on. TikTok, I don't know. We'll probably have it up at some point.
Thank Frank Udesu. Love the shout out. Shout out to Francis.
Yeah, and Francis also says, I remember Madam Web being hella old in the 90s cartoon. Dakota Johnson, however, a wink emoji. I have not seen the movie. Okay, so I won't spoil things.
Hate watch it, Francis.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't become hella old by the end of the movie, if that's if that's a spoiler or not. For show Jax says I'd have to go with Jeremy's. Jacqueline English says Ken's list only if he starts singing now.
Oh, what do you want me to sing?
I would probably say, are you asking me or Jacqueline?
Oh no, I'm asking. Sorry, Jacqueline English. What do you want me to sing?
Ooh, okay. High School Musical.
Oh, I don't know any lyrics. That's a you thing.
Okay, fine. Dirty Dancing? No, I'm just kidding.
I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
Ooh, Jan J says, okay, sorry, but Spider-Man was horrible.
Jan J, you didn't like emo Spider-Man? Hold on. I got you.
Bully Maguire? There you go. Oh, shoot. Now someone's just got to get him a black tux. I know you have one.
Bust out the emo look. I got you. Do the rest of the podcast like this. Actually.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. So for those who are just listening, Ken just totally put his hair down. He's going fully Bully Maguire right now.
Yeah, Bully Maguire.
Jacqueline English said, Pussycat Dolls, don't cha.
Don't you wish you had hot like me? I forgot the words. Hold on, let me look it up.
What? Sean said, definitely Ken's. What? You just hate Tom Holland.
Nah, he just appreciates Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I had Amazing Spider-Man 1 on there. That's a pretty good Spider-Man movie, I think.
That's hot garbage,
enough.
Just kidding.
Hey, like, I had to choose between that or freaking like Venom. You even I was about to choose Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I was thinking of hot take going with Morbin Time, but I couldn't do it. Matt Smith was actually pretty entertaining in that movie.
Okay.
You got to watch it.
All right, I'll watch it. I think it's on Disney Plus still.
Is it?
F-
Oh shoot.
Might be. So Jack said emo Spider-Man carried that movie. I mean, I think so. I
Yeah.
think that's not the hottest take in the world.
I think Spider-Man 3 is just unfairly compared to Spider-Man 2, which is literally one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. So it suffers from the same thing that Iron Man 2 suffered from, you know what I mean? Expectations. I think Spider-Man 3 actually had moments that were really good. It just became a little too much. There was too much going on and it was not focused. And some of the dialogue was pretty bad.
See, I agree. But you took those right away. I was like, dang. They're definitely memorable, especially Spider-Man 3.
Ooh, Jan J. Um, I'll let you read that one because that one is for your list.
It says because of the Spider-Man 3 draft. Oh, she's dissing on Spider-Man 3 for you, Ken.
Yeah, I know.
And because Tom Holland rocks Spider-Man, I'm gonna choose Jeremy's. I do have 2 out of the 3 Tom Holland ones.
I gotta practice my hair flip.
Yeah, you gotta bring it down fully. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Any other comments? Well, we're also taking suggestions on different segments for the soup du jour because again, it is the soup of the day, and really we'll do whatever you guys want. So if you guys have any ideas on future soup du jour segments, please let us know.
Yeah, and we can all interact and play the games together, guys. Like for show, Jack says, which Tom Holland movie, Spidey movie, Tom Holland Spidey, I can't read, Spidey movie is the most rewatchable? Ooh, crap, the most rewatchable.
It's the third one.
Is it the most rewatchable though?
Yes, it is. I mean, the first 30 to 40 minutes aren't. Every time I rewatch it, I'm like, man, this Doctor Strange stuff kind of sucks.
Really?
But
no,
all the nostalgic stuff especially after a certain thing happens. Well, you got to listen to our episode. We did a double feature on that. After a certain thing happens in the middle, it picks up, and it's like literally one of the best cinematic experiences.
I would have to agree. Also, like No Way Home is. I just rewatched it like a month ago, and it was still like really good. And like you said, the stuff that happens in the middle and who appears and all that stuff is makes the movie. But if I were to choose between the other two, probably Homecoming.
Really?
Yeah, I would probably say Homecoming. Rather, I know Far From Far From Home is pretty like well paced, but I think I like the high school like John Hughes vibes of the first one.
First one's good. I think I like the lightheartedness of the second one because it was coming off the heels. It did heavy lifting in terms of it's the movie directly after Endgame, and it somehow still pulled it up. I feel like Far From Home is a little underrated, to be honest.
Well, obviously I took it in my top 5. So some people don't like Far From Home. I love that movie. And I like it. Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, no, he's good in everything he does, I think.
Ooh, okay.
I've rewatched No Way Home more than any other one. Yep.
Yeah, so Dino Banzan also said I'd go with Jens because he likes Tom Holland. Okay, thank you, Dino. Yeah, for sure, Jax. Maybe just because I haven't rewatched No Way Home yet since it's not on Disney Plus. Ooh.
I know what I'm gifting you. It's on Stars, I think.
Yeah, see, I don't get that. Why is all the Spider-Man movies on Stars?
I don't know. Hopefully it'll be on Netflix. I feel like a lot of the content's on Netflix too. I just actually so full stop. We just recorded our Madam Web episode. Yeah. I needed to cleanse myself of it, so I did a Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse double feature.
Mhm.
My goodness. How can Sony go from that to that?
Oh, shoot. You heard about like basically the cast not knowing that they were like going into the Sonyverse, not the MCU.
Yeah,
So
I heard about
yeah,
that.
it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. But still, I don't understand. They announced this movie like years ago. I was like, who wants to watch a Madam Web movie?
Mm.
And
Frank Udesu has a good question.
he says, which is more watchable? Ooh, Spider-Man 2 or No Way Home? I'm
Leg-
sticking with Spider-Man 2.
yeah, it's like legacy or recency bias bias, a virus.
I'm not even that, at least for myself. I would probably say Spider-Man 2 because it's the most like you don't even need to watch or you don't even need to watch the first movie in order to get it. It's like a self-contained movie. With No Way Home, you need to watch like the entire MCU, but at least the two Tom Holland movies.
I will have to agree with Jeremy on this. In terms of actual just straight movie from start to finish, I feel like Spider-Man 2 is the better overall film. The thing that makes No Way Home so rewatchable are the fan moments. And obviously, all the time that we've spent with the previous movies, with the Raimi verse, the Garfield, what, 2 movies, and then obviously the Holland trilogy. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
And the drama is in terms of like coming of age, I liked Spider-Man 2 more. Even though the romance and stuff is weaker than No Way Home, those have never been like the strongest things in the MCU. So No Way Home had that going for it, but I like the whole Aunt May stuff better in Spider-Man 2, even though in No Way Home, um, like the emotional stuff was what gets me the most about those two movies. But if I were to, like you said, Ken, on a technicality standpoint, Spider-Man 2, and I don't know. I don't think it's just nostalgia speaking.
Yeah. Any other questions from our live audience? I mean, we can take a couple more if there are any more.
Yeah, if not, we could always finish with our last thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Did we miss any?
Did we miss any Tom Spy flicks? Oh, for show Jax when he was talking about most rewatchable, he actually did say number 2, Far From Home. That is interesting.
Ah.
Oh shoot. You gotta tell me more about that, Jax.
You know, I like again the back and forth with Zendaya and Tom Holland in the second one. I feel like Zendaya was. I think the reason why I like Far From Home more than Homecoming is because we got more Zendaya. Zendaya has just was a bright spot for me for Far From Home. Where it was, that whole high school romance sort of thing. Obviously, it was a different love interest for
Mhm.
Homecoming, but I thought it was it was like another level in terms of the whole romance angle, I guess.
Yeah, and honestly, that movie probably had the best romance since uh, Captain America: First Avenger with Peggy and Steve, and then the first Iron Man with Pepper and Tony.
Yeah. Oof.
Frank Dessou also says, "What is the news on development on a Spider-Man noir film? Did you hear anything about that?" And he also says, "Nick Cage, baby."
Why you have to read it like next time, baby?
Next time, baby.
Nick Cage, baby. I
Oh,
haven't heard anything on a Spider-Man noir film. The only thing that I've seen as far as that universe, I think 2025 is when we'll get Beyond the Spider-Verse, and beyond that, I don't really care for anything Sony related. I think the only other news besides that is the whole Spider-Man 4 kind of tug of war between Marvel Studios and Sony. Should we get into that?
Oh shoot. But in terms of, I just want to touch upon like if
Yeah.
I would want to see a Spider-Man noir film. If it was live action, I would be pretty hesitant. I mean, if it was Nick Cage, I don't know, maybe. But if it was like animated, I think I would be more open to it. I think people in general would be more open to a darker, maybe more violent Spider-Man if it was like animated.
Yeah.
But if any Spider-Man should get a live action treatment or their own animated movie, would be Spider-Man 2099. That's what I would choose.
Oh man. Yeah, Miguel O'Hara,
Yes.
voiced by the great Oscar Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Either that or just go full on like live action, start like with those characters in live action. Why are you making Madam Web movies? Don't forget, we have Craven coming up later this year.
Oh yeah, Craven the Hunter. Oh
Guess
man.
we'll need to see which one's better later on this year.
Hopefully it's as good as at least the first Venom. Can anyone like
I thought you were about to say Morbius.
You know what? I'll take a Morbius type movie. You know, Craven the Hunter was always one of those episodes in the Spider-Man animated series or whatever. I'd probably like just flip the channels too. He wasn't my favorite.
Okay. He's better than Morbius in the cartoons.
Yeah, you're right. Or Madam Web.
Yeah. Jan also said the motions of the connection between those two movies broke me. I think she's referring to when we were talking about No Way Home and Spider-Man 2. Let us know, guys. Who's better, MJ or MJ?
Was it Michelle Jones or Mary Jane Watson?
Yes.
Oh. Well, if there's no other questions, actually, Frank Udesu, one last message. He goes, I was just gonna say, hopefully it's as good as Morbius. Yeah, realistically, with Sony live action, that's the only hope. Hopefully there's some entertaining random moments within Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, I hope so too. At least like hopefully Aaron Taylor Johnson could carry the movie enough. I think Russell Crowe's in that movie, right?
Interesting. Is he gonna sing like in Les Miserables?
Or do his little skirt hop in Thor Love and Thunder?
Oh yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yep.
Zeus. Oh my god.
Oh shoot, that movie's pretty bad too, but not as bad as Madam Web.
No. Yeah. It's different. There's different levels of suck. Yeah. And Madam Web just, I don't know, just went to a whole nother level the other way, the other direction. Anyway, Jeremy, let's introduce this actually another repackaged segment.
Okay.
From the get-go, season 1, we had this podcast ritual. In season 7, we're going to repackage the podcast ritual as one last thing. And so our one last thing is any recommendations. It could be a movie or TV show that we're currently watching that we want to recommend to our live stream audience or our listening audience on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. What are the other ones? Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatnot. What's one movie or TV show that you want to recommend as we close this initial offering of the Soup du Jour?
Okay, I'm gonna leave this Soup du Jour scalding hot because this is a hot take.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say go check out Halo Season 2.
Oh my god.
Because right now it's pretty good. Like Halo Season 1, I got through it. I think there was moments, but Halo Season 2 on Paramount Plus, not sponsored.
Oh, Blast from the past.
I am yes. I am ready for this next episode of Halo. And if anyone knows me, I'm like Halo's is my jam right now.
I love Halo. Halo's been very underwhelming for me. I will admit season 2's picking up where season 1 ended, and that's actually a pretty good thing. It's still hard for me not to compare the video game cinematic experience to what we're seeing on Paramount Plus. And for me right now, it's still thumbs firmly in the middle. There's times when it does this sort of thing when Quan is on my TV, like it has been the last couple of episodes. I am caught up, by the way. But yes,
nice.
they are setting up something good. And we're recording this on the 21st of February, which is a Wednesday. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's episode. Surprisingly.
Yes. I don't want to spoil it. Go check it out. Big things just happen next episode.
We'll talk offline. I kind of want to know what you think.
I got you.
For my one last thing, I'm trying to get back into watching new stuff because truth be told, I keep watching the same stuff all the time. But now that we have this podcast, it's forcing me to watch new stuff again. And so I will recommend, it was better than I thought it would be, Gran Turismo on Netflix. It was actually, it was a little predictable, admittedly, but I was entertained throughout. I started the movie pretty late and I actually finished it, and I was actually pretty awake by the end of it. And so, in its own way, it kind of reminded me a little bit. Please don't spam me with comparisons to Ford v Ferrari, but I got a little bit of those vibes. Obviously completely different because we're talking about a video game, driving simulator. But if you're a fan of video games and racing and the Gran Turismo franchise, watch it on Netflix. It's pretty good. And Dana Martin backs me up, basically says Gran Turismo was actually a good movie. Thank you.
Yeah. And Francis said Halo Season 2 looking good.
Yes.
So we're not alone in this world, Ken. I'll go through Gran Turismo. After watching Madam Web, and I watched, what did I watch right after? I don't know. I forgot what I watched. I don't know. I think I probably watched Halo. I'm just kidding. It just made the Halo look like the best thing in the world after that. So there's our kind of hot takes, kind of. I think Gran Turismo got pretty good reviews.
Have you seen it?
No, not yet.
Oh. Well, if you do watch it, let me know what you think.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty curious. It's got a pretty good cast. It's got Hopper. It's got
Will Turner.
Yeah, Will Turner.
It's just the characters, not even the actors.
And the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy says, "Who?" Star-Lord, man. Star-Lord.
Yeah, those guys. Those actors.
Yeah.
Just kidding, guys. We know their names.
Yeah. No, but yeah, definitely check those out. Gran Turismo on Netflix, and then Halo, the Halo series on Paramount Plus. Not sponsored by either of those two streaming services. So, Jeremy, any final thoughts before we close out our very first live stream?
No, I think the draft was really fun. You took Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 off my board. I was like, dang.
Well,
I almost
you took Into the Spider-Verse off my board. So.
Yeah, that's someone would even choose that as the number one. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude, that leap of faith thing is still probably one of the best shots ever in cinematic history, I think.
Yeah, watching those movies back to back is good.
Yeah,
it's good.
But yeah, so Jeremy, well, actually, before we do our new sign off and everything, I want to thank everyone that joined us on the live stream today. I know today was a little bit more of an intimate gathering because we weren't too sure how this whole software was going to work out, so we're like, let's do a kind of an invite only live stream. more than likely next week will be open to the public. So all I got to say is remember to just subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the bell for notifications on scheduled live streams, which will normally be on Wednesday nights at 7:00 Pacific time. So any other things that I missed?
No, yeah, like comment on Instagram or whatever what news you might be interested in talking about, or anything like that. If you want more drafts on, like, I wouldn't even say MCU though, because we did our whole MCU ranking. Like, but who knows? You know, we could talk about other stuff.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it related to whatever movie that we're covering on a given week. And again, we're only covering new movies this season. So if you want to kind of check out the movie schedule, and if you have any suggestions on soup du jour topics, let us know. But yeah. Oh, last thing. For all of the rest of the podcast releases, we're still going to be releasing the audio version, cleaned up version of this podcast on Mondays. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, following Monday. And then stay tuned for just random short clips from this live stream on TikTok and Instagram at Weekly Real Pod. They're down that way, at Weekly Real Pod for TikTok, and at Weekly Real on Instagram. And then give us some feedback, review all our podcasts, give us our 5 stars. Hopefully, we can kind of shoot up the charts, baby. Next time, baby. But yes, again, thank you again for everyone that joined us on our very first live stream. Again, check out Madam Web. It's out in theaters now. Episode 111 will be on your favorite podcast app on Monday. So we'll see you in about 1 week.
7 days. Okay, fine. 1 week.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. 1 week. And we will see you next week for Argyle on the reel. on the wheel.
On the wheel. This is what you get when you get us live.
Yeah, we're not going to edit that out. We're on the reel.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye.